I got my digging stick this time, so get right down in there. Get right down alongside the plant, push it in, and then pry it out. I might have done it. Yep. And that's how easy it is. That's that starchy base that we're after. And I'll get a couple of those because we're going to make some bread. Now I'll just grab some of these flours, which we're going to mix this flour into the bread. Here's one that's going off. Y'all know that plant. Beautiful bread it's going to make. That's the white starchy base that we're after. And you know, that reminds me that all plants that are native to Australia that have a white starchy base and it grows in the water and the leaf comes up out of the water, it's edible. All native water plants that have a starchy white base and a leaf above the water are edible. And what you're after is the carbohydrates in that bit right there. So to transport this, I'm just going to cut all the leaves off, and I'll come back and get those to weave a mat out of. So we're just cleaning it up here now, getting down to the starchy bit. Hey, have a taste. It's pretty good too, raw, Mark. Have a taste.
Tell me.
So you know, if you didn't have a fire and you're out in the bush and you come across the bulrush, which is one of the most common plants in Australia, it grows all over the place. Like when you look at a bush tucker book, like say from Tim Lowe, and he's got a section there on bulrush, and he's got a map where this grows. It covers the whole of Australia. So it's a really important plant to know, and like I said, it was a main staple for the Aboriginals in a lot of Australia. And if you come across it and you don't have time to make a fire, or you don't want to make a fire, whatever, you can eat it raw, and that's important to know. You could eat that whole thing raw.
It's nice.
You like it, Mark?
Yeah, I'm surprised at just how many things taste okay.
Cool. Okay, so we'll get it down to...
It's hard to describe though. Like it's got its own taste. It's not offensive.
Yeah. So to make dampers, we got it here like this, and we just take a rock, it fits nice in the hand, start smashing it. Just squeeze it out, squeeze out all the soft stuff from the fibery stuff. Just open it up. And that just mashes up, it's so tender. Let's clean this up a bit more. You know, another way I've seen it done is just setting that around the fire, and it oozes out the ends. And then it's already half cooked, and then they just quickly and chuck it in the fire. But that takes a lot longer. In fact, my fire went out. Oh well. I might have to go get some firewood, actually. Because all I want is the starch. I don't want any of this fiber in there. Okay, here we got the flour now, and we just take it apart. See how fluffy it is? It's just at the right stage, actually. It's not too fluffy, but fluffy enough. And we just mix that up with the starch I just pounded out of these roots. You know, the Aboriginals lived here for a long time, and over that period of time they realized what foods to go for, what foods kept them vital and healthy, which ones had the most nutrition for the least amount of effort. And if this was a staple through a lot of Australia, then you know that it's really nutritious. Or at least I do. That's my conclusion. You know, if the Aboriginals decided that it was good for them and for their whole tribe, then it must be good for me. It must have lots and lots of nutrition. That's what I reckon. So let's see how we're going here. We'll just mix this starch up with this. You know, and if you're harvesting this and you don't have the flour because it's not the right time of year, well, you can make the bread without it. This just makes it a bit lighter and gives it a nice flavor. Just mix it right in. Now, if I wanted to, I could put, I've got a herb garden here, I could put a bit of basil, a bit of chives, a bit of oregano, whatever I wanted to. But just out in the bush, it's just this, and it tastes beautiful. You don't need to do any of that other stuff. So that's like one biscuit right there. Now I'll just go get a bit of banana leaf, or if I was out in the bush, I'd use native cordyline, palm lily, broadleaf palm lily, or some other kind of broad leaf to wrap it up in and put it in the coals. Okay. Okay, we got a nice little package there, and we'll just take some banana fiber, wrap it up. Okay, so that's like one biscuit. If you were going to make it for your family, say you got 3 kids and a partner, you'd have to harvest probably up to 30 bases of the plant. That would make each of you a couple of biscuits each. Okay, well, we still got a little bit of a fire here from this morning, which is perfect. So we'll just spread the coals out a little bit, make a little indention there, like that, because that'll be pretty hot from all those coals, that rock, and then we'll just put it in there, cover it up with those coals that are left. And we'll just maybe sit down and have a drink of water and wait for 20 minutes. There we go. Okay, Mark, I reckon it's about ready. It's been about 20 minutes. So we'll just uncover it there. There it is. Pull it out of the fire. Don't do this at home, folks. You might burn yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, there she is. Whew, whew. Pretty hot. Okay, let's bring it back over here. There you go, Mark. Pretty hot. I would really suggest that you let it cool down before you eat it, and really savor the taste, because it's awesome. It's a really
very unusual. It's nice.
Okay, it's pretty much
nice like meat. Yeah, it's very nice in a really unique way. How to describe?
Could have cooked for just a little bit longer.
Really?
And it would have been just a little bit more tender, but it's really nice. So there we...
It's really edible.
Yeah, and there you go. we're going to show you how to make a pair of sandals here today. And we harvested this in the last documentary we did. We harvested this native cordyline. And another name for that, by the way, is palm lily, native palm lily. And so we're going to make a pair of sandals. Let's see, here's one I've finished already. And that's what we're going to do again. So we've made a rope, which is a bit taller than I am. Can you get that, Mark? A bit taller than I am. And we showed you how to make a rope in the last documentary, so now we're going to show you how to make a pair of sandals out of what we did there. Okay, so first thing we do, I've got this little tool that I've made. That's a stingray spine that I found on the beach up in North Queensland. And I've stuck it into a piece of tortoiseshell bamboo and made a little case for it. And that helps me with my weaving. So I want to open up this rope. Now we want to make these just the same length, pretty much. Doesn't have to be exact. And I want to run a cord from here across here. So I open it up with my tool. Put a piece of this banana. This is banana, by the way, which will show you in this documentary how to strip the banana tree. This is actually the trunk of the tree. Then I make my rope. And I'm going to make it the width of the top of my foot there. So it's, lay the rope down, put your foot in there, and this rope that I'm making, I want it to be the width of my foot over to here, so I have just a little bit more to go. That's probably good. Now I'm going to open it up over here. My tube go. You can also open it up by just twisting the rope in the opposite direction of which it was twisted into rope. And that opens it up as well. So I actually don't really need this at the moment. Now I'll just stop there on that one. And then I'll measure my foot again, because my foot will go right up to there and back to here, so I want a cord going across there, just there. Now I've got a rope going across here where my top of my foot's going, and a rope going across here where the bottom of my foot's going. Let's see if it's right. Pull this back, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to run strings this way, vertically down the shoe. What I'm basically doing is making a loom to weave on. So see, I've got one across here, one across here. I'm going to run vertical ropes here, and then I'm going to fill it in. That's how we make the sandal. Okay, see how we're filling it in? I make the rope over to here, open it up, go around, come back, go around the vertical, open it up, go through, back, weaving back and forth until I have the whole sandal filled in. See, I've woven that whole thing. I've woven the sole. Now these cross like this in the back to hold the heel in, and then they pick up this rope here in the front. wrap around your ankle, come back and tie. Your best shoe is actually your foot, the soles of your foot. And the more you walk barefoot, the more callous they get. So that you can, you know, it becomes quite comfortable to walk out there barefoot. And having these kind of skills, you know, I can make these out of leaves, barks, roots, all different kinds of materials. And so whenever I need another pair, it's always there in the bush, and I just weave them up. I just stabbed myself because I didn't put, oh, here it is. See, I made the cover so that this doesn't happen. I had it laying down there without the cover, and sure enough, there we go. I got a big hole in my foot. And, well, I got banana here, so that's good. And banana's got 52 antibiotics that modern science has actually synthesized from the banana tree. So there's antibiotics in the. It's a clean wound. It's bled out good. And I'll just wrap it up with this banana. It's a bit deep. Yeah, see, if you were in the bush, all the native fig trees, and there's heaps of species, and they'll be there everywhere you go in the bush here in Australia. And the bark from the saplings, the young trees, or if you can't find a young tree, you just take it off of one of the limbs of a bigger tree. And again, there's heaps of antibiotics in there to keep bacteria and stuff from attacking the tree. And so yeah, you just take some bark from that, or native hibiscus, or if you've got banana's really good, and you just wrap it up to hold the wound together, because it went in pretty deep and split it open quite a ways. So I'm going to hold it together with this banana, probably for a couple of hours is all it takes, and then I'll take it off and let the air get to it, and it'll heal up pretty fast. Okay, look at this palm here. This is the kind of palm I've been looking for here, Mark. It's because it's in between these two sets of palms here. It's never really going to do much. It's going to get crowded out. So we're going to harvest this one to show you how we do that with the heart. Now remember, all the hearts of all palm trees are edible. And that's the undifferentiated leaf. See, I got the word undifferentiated leaf in the heart here. That's the heart. Okay. Alright, now let's get my knife out. Normally I carry a big knife, but my Swiss Army should do it. So we'll just bust it here. And say thanks to the plant for growing up here for us, and hope the spirit goes to the spirit world and comes back as another big palm tree. Cut that off, and that'll mulch up that tree, and we'll bust it. And we'll just peel all this back to get to that part. Just sort of whittle it. It's an easy way.